I think group work is something that is missing in sort of the field of healing and health and wholeness, and how important it is to get together in a group. Even functional medicine docs are now taking like 6 or 8 people who have similar conditions and having a nurse practitioner there or a health coach, because there's power and healing in group work. What is your sort of role there, and how effective has it been?
Yeah, I love group work. And actually, I started doing group work when I worked in a conventional medical environment. And I was working for a primary care group that had offices nationwide. And we were finding there were so many conditions that were lifestyle related. And then, of course, in the American healthcare system, we have so little time with patients. And there was no time to do the educational piece and the lifestyle work. And so I started out my group work by like grouping 15 to 20 patients, mostly with anxiety. I moved on to depression. I moved into some gut health work and insomnia. Those were like the four areas that I did group work in the conventional setting. And I found it was really profound. And one of the reasons is because, for better or for worse, the privacy issues in medicine these days, at least in the United States, they make patients feel really alone. So as a provider, I was finding some days I would have the same conversation roughly like 6 or 7 times. And yet each patient felt so alone and sort of like shamed by their anxiety or their digestive issues. And so I found when I got them into groups and they saw, wow, like not only am I not alone, but like this is actually a cultural systemic issue. This is not something I should be ashamed of because of the choices I'm making. This is like a systemic issue, that has to do with our food production or the food that's available in the city or the way that we work and the stress that comes with commuting 1 hour each day, et cetera, et cetera. So I really fell in love with the therapeutic role of the community. And then I really wanted to take the group work a step farther because I also had this deep knowing that natural light, getting people out of a clinical environment would bring another quality that was missing. And I was very right. In 2017, I did my first retreat, and I was really blown away by the results and like how much could shift in people's lives and bodies in 7 days. And so this is some of what I do these days, once or twice a year-ish. I work with my partner on this, who is a very, very talented sound practitioner and mystic and teacher. His name's Paul. We take groups to beautiful places in the world, and we sort of have this holistic experience that is built on the framework, the model that I shared with you. But then each of the days we look through the perceptual lens of one of the chakras. So each day we're looking at a different theme. And what's so fascinating and beautiful to watch is that these themes are universal. So everyone is seeing themselves in the mirror of each other. And two things happen. One is each person has profound insights simply because another person is like shining a light in their blind spot. And two, there's a field that is created, and as someone who understands energy, this when people show up with a shared intention to go on a journey and move blocks and see themselves through new eyes, uh, it's like you have a tailwind in your process and your work. And I do a lot of work in those, and I feel this like added, tailwind, I guess, is the best way to describe it, where everything sort of amplified because the group itself is like another entity.